There we go.
What's going on, everybody? I'm Adam.
And I'm Matthew. Hello, friends. Good to see
We're
you.
here with MechBiz Studio, powered by Mechanical Business Media, and today we are launching the video podcast through Mechanical Business, and we're your hosts.
I know. I can't believe it either. But they decided that who better than the Adam and Matthew swim team to come out there and do our best to give you some information about the industry and what we're doing, what we're going to get up to. And this is going to be a ton of fun. It gives me a chance to play ukulele at least twice a week. So that's really why I signed up. The ukulele experience I will take. Absolutely.
Absolutely. Matthew, it's great to see you again. It's been a while.
Yeah, brother, you too. It's been way too long. I was kind of thinking before we hopped on here this morning about the adventures that we used to have. And it was kind of the word that stuck with me because it's never going to end. As long as you're in the trades and in this industry, we're always going to have some adventures with one person or another. So it's nice to have them with you again.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been almost a 2-year hiatus since we've got the pleasure of working together.
It's been about 2 years, and all that's really changed is the names on our shirts. But I mean, you and I, we still talk all the time anyway about what's kind of going on in the industry. Yeah. But now we're just going to do it for a bit larger of an audience. But what we're seeing and what the industry's, what we see the industry's being up to lately, and trends and topics and things like that. So that's kind of what we're going to do.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited to get to do this. Really appreciative of Mechanical Business for this opportunity to get to work alongside you again. And you're right, although we talk often and strategize and talk about different things we have going on and bounce ideas off each other, it's really great to get to bring some of that magic back we once had together. So
absolutely. I like the way you said that. Magic. Yes, sir. And speaking of magic, the very first thing that I kind of want to broach today, talk with today, is the biggest thing that I see in the industry right now, Adam, and that is with regards to, and you'll probably have your own views as well, but for me, I'm seeing a lot of hybrid technology systems being specified and designed out there. And when I say hybrid, I'm usually talking about the bridge between gas-fired and electric-fired. And a lot of people think that, it's got to be either one or the other. And that's true. We can do it, where we have gas during the day and electric at night when our peak rates are a little bit lower. But real recently, I've started to see these systems being designed in tandem with each other. And it's kind of a 3-part series where we have our gas-fired equipment, then we recover some heat out of the vent stack, and then we throw that heat like a geothermal well into a heat pump. And they're a little bit difficult to size and design because it's all based around make sure that gas boiler is going to be firing. But my point is that we talked about this 10, 15 years ago when the industry started talking about what's going to happen. It was kind of phase out gas a little bit and the rise of electric. And we always talked about there's no silver bullet, and there isn't. Wow, what's really interesting that I see, Adam, is what these folks are putting out there with regards to the systems that we're designing and the different approaches and different ideas between geothermal and gas-fired and electric and heat pumps and heat recovery. And the only thing that I haven't seen come back into the mix is going to be solar. But who knows? Who knows what the future holds for that? I personally don't see a whole lot of that right now, but we'll make it some mandates that put us back in that direction.
Yeah, absolutely. I completely agree with what you're saying. And there's a lot of hybrid opportunities coming up out there and different ways of thinking that not only address your customers' wants and needs, but meet different efficiencies, which are big time important, right? So yeah, seeing very similar opportunities with hybrid systems and different ways of thinking, things we haven't done traditionally in the past. And there's a variety of outcomes with that. We're meeting different efficiencies. We're extending life cycles and longevity of the system itself by doing this and really thinking about what we're doing. And the biggest thing is we're meeting the comfort level and requirements of the final end user, which is really what we're trying to achieve.
Couldn't agree more. The comfort side is, not to sound too cliche, but comfort is king in HVAC. And personally, if I was to change anything about how we designed our systems from the very beginning, it'd be to take the numbers off the thermostat. If you want it hotter, put it more red. If you want it colder, put it more blue. But so many people are so obsessed with that number. Hey, I'm not comfortable in my house at 22 degrees. I feel too hot or I feel too cold. You feel the way you feel, deal with it. Change the temperature around for what you're looking for. Another piece I want to echo on is when you said the different efficiencies that we're seeing. Brother, isn't that the truth? I'm not going to go too deep down this rabbit hole, at least not in today's show, but I want to talk about Amendment 15 and how January 1st, 2025, that rolled into the commercial industrial world of boilers and heaters and stuff like that, made everything be that 90% plus efficient. And that's great and all. A lot of equipment still can't hit that 90% plus unless we make it condensed. We can't get to those condensing temperatures without, certain alterations to the system. So that's, again, where I see that heat recovery coming into play aside. And just, again, real quickly, and then I'll wrap up on this because I don't want to spend too much time on it. The Amendment 15 covers your comfort heating and your domestic hot water. It doesn't have any oversight into the process world. I worked on a project a little while ago. It was for a chicken farm where we need to wash chickens. I have no idea how you wash a chicken, but apparently it required this amount of water, or what it required. And the whole conversation leading up to it was like, I need this, I need this, I need this. And I'm like, you don't. We can get away with the mid efficiency and hit those higher temperatures because mod cons, they can have a harder time reaching those higher temperatures. Hopefully in this podcast, we're able to kind of unpack some things that we're seeing in the industry. There's rules, regulations, codes. I'm no code expert, not by a stretch of the means, but I'm curious about it. Being curious about it makes me ask questions. And when I get questions and I get answers, I'm happy to share those.
There's going to be lots of time on this podcast for us to talk technical, on us to look at codes and compliances and different things in the industry. But right now, I think people are wondering, like Matthew and Adam are back together. What have you been up to, Matthew? What professionally and personally have you been up to?
So I'll do the professionally first because that one's easier for me. I've really thrown myself into work over the last 2 years. When I joined this firm at Price Solutions, one of the main reasons for me joining was I really wanted to be over my head again. I wanted a challenge. I could be complacent in my work and, work with the stuff that I know inside and out. And I could have done that for the next 40 years and retired happily. It just wasn't fitting for me. I really, really enjoy that next level of engagement. And I like the work. I love the work. I like it when it's hard. So that's been a whole lot of what I've been doing is working at the Price Solutions side, moving into the technical director of the heating department role, which kind of gives me a whole lot of oversight as to what the whole country, or at least Eastern Canada and a little bit of the West, is kind of seeing and doing out there. And it gives me a chance to really explore things like we've talked about here, like hybrid systems and electrification and everything like that. So I spent a lot of time gathering information that over the next, I think Kyle said we're going to do this show for 44 years. Well, the next 44 years, I'll be able to talk about. Hopefully that gives me a time to get it out. And on a personal side, look, it's been, I live a very charmed life with wonderful people. I have a wonderful wife and a beautiful dog, which you might have heard snoring at the beginning of this episode. He's everybody's best friend, but I can speak specifically to this winter. Personally, I've been shoveling. For someone that works in the HVAC world, I have never met anyone that has such a disdain for snow as I have. I like snowshoeing. I like snow tubing. I'm not a big skier. Snowshoeing's fine, but this is enough. 2025, 2026 winter has literally kicked my butt for snow. What's good though, Adam, is that every time that I look at the forecast and I see, okay, snow's coming, it's going to be ugly, I always zoom out on the map a little bit so I can check out London. And I always see that you're getting exactly what I'm getting. So I know that you and I are in this together.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Yeah, man. So that's my last 2 years. What have you been up to, my friend?
Well, I'm going to start on the personal side. So,
yeah,
as you know, family's super important to me. And I've got 2 little girls that are almost 9 and 6. So they keep me busy. I'm definitely a girl dad, and they have me wrapped around their finger, and we're doing all kinds of stuff, teaching the younger one to skate right now, coaching the older one's hockey team, and trying to find time for my wife in between there when she's not working as a nurse. So lots on the go.
Yeah, you can get that.
Lots on the go on the family side. You're
I've met your 2 little girls, and you say they're wrapped around your finger. Like I said, I've met them, and I believe that wholeheartedly. They are absolute darlings. So you're doing the right thing.
I appreciate that. Love Teddy so much that we went out and got a puppy. So we've got 11-month-old giant golden retriever right now, and he's about 85 pounds and still growing. But that's fun. That's been a lot of fun as well. So on the personal side, just being family time. That's what I've been focusing on, and took some time over the summer to really figure out what's important to me, and that's what's important. I mean,
Yeah.
business and work and that is a close second, but it's always going to be family number one for me. So on a on the professional note, I joined the Morgan Group. Very happy about joining this company as a senior sales executive, focusing on growth and training. So using my past history and experiences with developing training programs and that kind of thing. It's been a breath of fresh air over there, and it's been really great. So just continuing to do my thing, per se.
It's this industry is a little bit like the mafia. I mean this in the most sincere way. But what I mean by that is that once you're in it, you're kind of in it. You know, it's very difficult to get out. I took a little sidestep away for about a year one time to sell advertising, and then came right back into the trades. But I tell you, it taught me a whole lot about the marketing world. But at the end of the day, we're also shooting for that same goal, and that's to better ourselves and to better the people that we work with, because we all elevate together when it comes to product knowledge. And that's really what I'm really excited about, that portion of this show and how we can do that and bring that.
One thing I've really found out in the last 6-8 months, and you know, I always kind of knew this, but it really came shining through in when you go through a career change, as you know. But the industry's big, but it's very small at the same time. It's almost like a family. And people reached out to me that I hadn't talked to in years about, you know, assistance or just well wishes. It was very humbling to see how many people like would reach out and have a discussion with us. So it's like a giant family. And speaking of that, like, we're going to get to see all that family because it's trade show season. This is the year of trade shows.
So right over there to the CMPX show, where we are, again, we all kind of get together. And those are fun shows. Two things if you're in the industry. Number one, if you're on the contractor engineering side, go and talk to your vendor partners. Make sure you know who your rep is. So hugely important. Know who your sales rep is. They only want to help you, I assure you. And the other piece is that for folks like us that are kind of on the other side of the counter, it's so nice to just go and reconnect with some old friends that we might change, or as we kind of mentioned, we might change some names, but we don't really change who we know and who we work with. So as long as you're a good person, most people are going to stand by in the trades, and we all want to see each other succeed. And we're going to do that. We're going to bring you good stuff. We're going to bring you good information with regards to how you can be successful in all sides of this beautiful HVAC world.
Yeah, so we mentioned CMPX in Toronto. The meat show's coming up in May.
Absolutely.
And that's out east in Atlantic, Canada. And then we have the CHC that was announced. It's going to be in BC later this year. And then Heat Pump Symposium's coming up as well. So there's a handful of other shows and regional events that are coming up. So us as reps will be busy, and hopefully they're well attended by the contractors and engineers and whoever else. But one thing I've noted is you've mentioned Kyle a few times, and who the heck is Kyle? Let's tell everybody.
So Kyle, he's my best friend. He doesn't know that yet, so this is going to be news to him. Kyle is my support that I lean on when I forget my chopsticks when I'm on the road. Anyone that follows my Instagram has an understanding that I like to order Chinese food when I travel, and I never remember to order the cutlery or chopsticks. Kyle, best friend Kyle, he got me a set of travel chopsticks for Christmas this year because he's a delight. And on the side, he also works as the producer of this show. He is tasked, good luck, Kyle, with keeping us in line. I don't know how you're going to do that. I don't know, man. Good luck.
Kyle is the national sales manager with Mechanical Business, and he is the producer of MechBiz Studio. So thanks for the opportunity, Kyle. And you'll get to see his beautiful face from time to time when he's joining in on our various activities we're going to be doing. So
the folks at Mechanical Business have been fantastic to us. Thank you so much for this opportunity. We're really looking forward to it. I think this is going to be an absolute smash success. We're really looking forward to the conversations and topics and things as they come up in the industry. We're going to be current. We're going to be always kind of making new stuff. We're going to do our best to make sure that nothing escapes our purview, make sure that we're able to chat about it on this show.
That's right. We have a bunch of hot topics coming up. We're going to have special guests and industry experts coming onto the show. So thanks a lot, everybody for listening to this. We're going to wrap this one up, but be sure to check us out on all the social platforms. That wraps up episode 1. I'm Adam.
I'm Matthew. Thank you so much, everybody. And as mentioned, the only real reason I took this show, I can play ukulele at least twice a day. So take care, everybody. We will miss you. We'll see you again soon.